Hello boys and girls, it is Mr. Cox again, and we are working on lesson 19, variables with artists this week. Some of this may look familiar. We did some work with artists in previous lessons. So this is an easy one. It says let's draw an equilateral triangle. It has to be exactly 50 pixels long on each side. You guys know what an equilateral triangle is. It is a triangle with equal sides and equal angles inside of it. So it's quick. We're just going to put a repeat block in. We are going to move forward by 50 pixels as our variable and turn left by 120 degrees. We know that 120 degrees is the outside angle. 60 would be the inside, and 3 times 60 would be 180. Okay, continue. I worked through these puzzles already, so I'm just going to show you how I solve these puzzles. So we have the same thing. We have our triangle. It says the instructions say now use another loop to draw 3 of those triangles right next to each other. You can nest the code from your last puzzle inside. So we know what nest is. We're going to bring that up there, and we are going to put that inside of it, but between each of those triangles we are going to jump forward. We could jump forward or move forward by 50 pixels. I guess you can't jump. We don't have the jump yet. I made a mistake because I've been working through these puzzles. Okay, here is a little definition of variables. Variables are placeholders for information that can change. Having a placeholder makes it possible to write a program even when you won't know all of your values until later. Okay, and now we have the video.
A variable is a container that you can store a value in. When you use that variable in an algorithm, it opens up the container and looks at the value inside. This lets you write smarter algorithms that behave differently depending on the value stored in the variable. For example, if you wanted to write an algorithm to say, "Happy birthday, you're turning 10," to my little brother, that's great now, but when I run it next year, I'd want it to say, "Happy birthday, you're turning 11." I could create a variable called age to store my brother's age and write my algorithm to say, "Happy birthday, you're turning age" instead. Because variables can change, each year I can update the variable age to equal age plus 1.
In this puzzle, we're going to be using a variable that will set the length of the line our artist draws. Later on in our code, the move forward block will look at that length variable to see what value you've set it to.
I like how that girl right there, how she talked with her hands so much. Okay, so we're going to move on to number 5. And I have no start over button on this. And we have a variable set length set to 50. What will happen when you click run? So here's a variable 50 set there, and so instead of having 50 here, we have length. Okay, it's the same puzzle we just did on the first one. And the answer would be A. Okay, before things get tricky, can you move? Let me start over. Before things get tricky, can you move the length of 50 into the variable so we can use it in the next few puzzles? So what we're going to do, I'm going to yank that down. I'm going to put set length to 50. That's our variable. And then we're going to put length in each of these spots where they're looking for a length. Okay, cool. Easy peasy, I think. Okay, so this one, I'm going to start over. So this it carried over into the from the last puzzle. It says now use the length variable to have the artist jump forward and down by length pixels using between the triangles. So let me hit run and see what happens here. So obviously it's not right because it went straight across. We didn't give it jump down. So we have, I'm going to take this move forward out, and I'm going to jump forward by length. I'm going to turn right, and we're going to have to change that to 90 degrees because the 120 is for the triangle. And then we're going to jump forward again. And then we are going to turn right by 90 degrees. Turn right. Okay. Got something wrong here. So, I think I have, oh, I see. I have my right and my left mixed up. That's funny. Okay. Continue on to number 8. Okay, I'm going to start over. And again, we have the first half of this puzzle done. So what we're going to do now, we have to, let's see what it does. So we're going to draw the first 3 triangles. And then we're going to stop. And then what we're going to do here, we're going to put 2 more repeat blocks in there. We're going to nest 2 of them together. And the first one, we are going to move it inside. We have to draw the triangle, turn left. We have to put the pixel for length. And then all we're going to do, excuse me, we're going to jump forward. We are going to turn left this time. I think I have it right this time. Then we're going to jump forward again. And then we're going to turn right. And those numbers are going to match the exact same numbers we have up top. We're going to change by 90 degrees, and we have to put length inside where it's talking about pixels because we have our variable. That's simple enough. I can't show you the whole thing, but it's just like the top, only they're reversed the directions when we're trying to go from triangle to triangle. Okay, and number 8, it says, oops, let me start over. It said, oops, we actually need the triangle to be 60 pixels wide with 60 pixel jumps. Aren't you glad we're using a variable? So if you notice, we have the variable set for 50. So all we're going to do is change that one number from 50 to 60. And then hit right. It's going to draw the triangle to the correct size. Okay, so that's all we did. We changed one number, changed all that code. Okay. Let me start this one over too. Okay, so use what you've learned to build this design where the squares have 80 pixel sides and the artist jumps 80 pixels over and down between each one. So we know how to make one square, so we're just going to repeat 4 times. We know that, and oh, excuse me, we had to put set length to 80, and then we put that there, and then we're going to move forward by length. We are going to turn left by 90 degrees, and that should do our square. Okay, so we have that right. Let's get the first part. what I tell my younger students all the time. You know, we have to break the bigger pieces down into smaller pieces. So we are going to nest that, and we're going to jump forward, turn right, jump forward, and turn left. And of course we have to put the lengths in there. And we have to change that angle to 90 degrees. And let me look at this again. I'll repeat 4 times. Just double checking. Okay, it looks correct. So all we did was make it so that the artist was here each time he was drawing a circle. So we jump forward, turn right, jump forward, then turn left. And that way he's pointing in the right direction. And then number 11 is just some information. You just learned one great way to use a variable as a constant. When you use variable as a constant, you are setting a value one time, then using that same value multiple times in your program without changing it after you click run. In the next part of the series, you will write code with variables that do change inside of a program. Alright guys, I hope this is helpful to you, and I will see you soon